reflections, calling fragments who I am. Living through 1,000 labels, trying hard to fit the plan. Good enough for every system, safe enough to stay inside. Never asking deeper questions, never looking past the eyes. Then the cracks began to open, then the static turned to sound. Then the walls I built for safety started falling to the ground. And a voice beneath the silence, soft but impossible to miss, said, what if fear is just a door? What if pain is something more? What if every wound you carry points to what you came here for? The mirror never lies, it only amplifies every story I believe, every place I still disguise. The mirror never lies, it doesn't criticize, it just shows me where I'm shrinking and where my fire survives. Look closer, stay present, no running, no edits. The mirror never lies. Every argument a signal, every trigger, every spark. Every moment I felt unseen, lit a lantern in the dark. Every need to be validated, every fear of being left, every hunger for approval, every promise never kept. Not my enemy, my teacher, not my punishment, my fate. Just the parts of me still waiting at an unfinished gate. And the ones who call me different, and the ones who say I've changed, maybe they're just seeing clearly that I'm stepping off the stage. Who am I without the crowd? Who am I when it's not loud? Who am I when nobody is saying I'm allowed? The mirror never lies, it only amplifies every story I believe, every place I still disguise. The mirror never lies, it doesn't criticize, it just shows me where I'm shrinking and where my fire survives. Look closer, stay present, no running, no edits. The mirror never lies, the mirror never lies. If love asks me to disappear, that's not love, that's fear. If comfort asks me to play small, that's not peace at all. If my truth shakes up the room, maybe that's what truth will do. And if I walk this road alone, I still arrive astral. No approval, no permission, no more hiding, no condition. Just awareness, just alignment, the frame. Learn to smile at contradiction. Learn to soften every flame. Walk the line of expectation. Trade your thunder for applause. Build your life around approval, never asking whose voice was. Then a whisper in the static cuts through everything you know. Not from heaven, not from strangers, from the fire below. Saying, who are you? When no one claps. Who are you? When comfort cracks. Who are you? When mirrors speak. Who are you? When truth gets deep. That's where your truest self arrives. No permission, no disguise. Just the fire, just the rise. Every partner is a mirror. Every conflict is a key. Every trigger, every tension shows what still wants to be free. Not your enemy, your teacher. Not your prison, not your pain. Just a signal in the system calling out the chain. Every story that says not enough. Every fear of being seen. Every need for outside validation. Standing in between. What survives when roles are gone? What remains when masks move on? What is love without control? What is true without the role? Stop negotiating with the flame. Stop apologizing for your name. contradiction, ignoring everything I learned, calling tension just a season, calling red flags part of growth, giving pieces of my spirit to protect somebody's oath, till the silence got much louder, till my body knew before, every room that felt like pressure, every handshake at the door, and a whisper through the static, soft but sharper than a blade, said, not ever everything that shines is meant for you. Not everything that calls speaks what is true. Feel the signal underneath. Truth is quieter than belief. Discernment, not fear. Discernment, seeing clear. Not every smile is safe, not every crowd is home, not every voice that's loud knows where your soul belongs. Discernment, read the flame. If it drains your spirit, it was never yours to name. Some will love your bright reflection. Some will love what they can take. Some will clap when you are rising, then get nervous when you wake. Some will call your boundaries ego. Some will call your healing change. Some will say you've lost your mind when you stop living, rearrange. But your body keeps the records, every tightening in the chest, every forced and hollow laughter, every yes that wasn't yes. And the mirror keeps reflecting every place you still betray what you knew before the noise came and you slowly looked away. Who feels light? Who feels heavy? Who expands? Who feels deadly? Who brings peace? Who needs masks? Who sees soul without being asked? Discernment, not fear. Discernment, seeing clear. Not every smile is safe, not every crowd is home, not every voice that's loud knows where your soul belongs. Discernment, read the flame. If it drains your spirit, it was never yours to name. Intuition never shouts, it doesn't beg, it doesn't chase. It simply waits beneath the noise until you finally make space. And when your truth walks in the room, some people will disappear. That's not loss, that's resonance, making pathways clear. Feel the chest, feel the skin. Feel the pull from within. Feel the calm, feel the strain. Feel what nourishes, feel what drains. Discernment, no disguise. Discernment, open eyes. Not every path is yours. Not every fire is fate. Not every open door was ever meant to make you stay. Discernment, trust the sign. What is truly yours will never ask you to leave yourself behind. Mirror, signal, body, truth. No mask, no role, just you. Grandpa planted roses in the summer Missouri sun, out in Ferguson where the old days were never done. Front porch caught lace against the light. Bluebirds in the morning, everything felt right. Maple trees were swaying, kids out in the street. A little slice of heaven, simple, warm and sweet. Then the seasons changed and the voices slipped away. But love like that don't just fade. Now you're a cardinal, burning ruby red. Now you're a bluebird, where the angels tread. Sitting on that birdhouse, right outside my view. You came back on purpose, just to see me through. Watching how we're growing, watching what we do. Grandpa in the cardinal, Grandma in the blue. From the streets of Ferguson to the gardens in my mind, the lessons that you gave me somehow beat back time. Every rose that opens, every feather falls, every little sunrise feels like one of your calls. When the world gets heavy, when I lose my way, I hear your wings above me, telling me to stay. In the quiet moments, in the golden glow, love keeps finding ways to let the living know. Now you're a cardinal, burning ruby red. Now you're a bluebird, where the angels tread. Sitting on that birdhouse, right outside my view. You came back on purpose, just to see me through. If love is energy, energy never dies. Maybe heaven isn't far away. Maybe heaven learns to fly. Cardinal bluebird watching over us, teaching us to bloom, teaching us to trust. If you chose these wings, then I finally see, love never leaves. It just changes frequency.
Before the first star ever shattered through the black, before the sons were born and learned to answer back, there was a whisper in the void no eye could see, a sacred pulse saying, come and build with me. Not made for chains, not made for fear, not made to hide why you were planted here. You carry galaxies beneath your skin, the universe outside and one within. Every scar's a blueprint, every tear's a map, every broken timeline bends but circles back. Every failure was a teacher in disguise. Doubters say you're dreaming way too high. I hear eternity exploding in my mind. Creation, that's how we get closer to God. Creation, light in the fire in the dark. Creation, made in His image, made to build, made to imagine, made to heal. Creation, that's why He put us here at all, to make the unseen answer the call. Creation, 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 creation. Mozart in the lightning, Tesla in the storm, Michelangelo in flesh and spirit born. Every child who paints beyond the lines is touching fingerprints of the divine. The poet and the carpenter, the singer and the saint, the ones who build from nothing when they're aimed, the dancers in the fire, the dreamers in the flood, the ones who turn their suffering into love. I ask the heavens, why'd you make us this way? And silence answers softly, so you could co-create. Not for the applause, not for the crown, but for the souls who need your sound. Creation, that's how we get closer to God. Creation, light in the fire in the dark. Creation, made in His image, made to build, made to imagine, made to heal. You are not separate from the source. You are source, learning itself. Every melody, every film, every word, every act of love is God remembering through you. Creation, raise your hands I used to curse the storm outside. Blame the road, blame the tide, blame the faces passing through, never knowing they were me in view. I wore my scars like borrowed skin, pointing out but never looking in. Built my walls from fear and pain, then wondered why it always rained. I asked the heavens, why is this world so cold? And silence answered, son, look at what you hold. The mirror never lies, it only magnifies. The world I'm seeing is the world I'm feeding. The love I hide, the fear I fight, comes back in colors, comes back in light. Every thought becomes a seed, every seed becomes belief, every belief becomes a flame, every flame rewrites the frame. So if I want a brighter sky, I've got to heal what's still inside. If I want peace to fill this land, it first begins within my hands. I am not the victim, I am not the blame. I am the artist, and this reality's my canvas frame. The mirror never lies, it only magnifies. The world I'm seeing is the world I'm feeding. The love I hide, the fear I fight, comes back in colors, comes back in light. So break the pattern, change the song. The truth was in you all along, and every timeline yet to be is waiting on the version that finally believes. The mirror never lies, the mirror never lies. Before the mountains found their name, before the rivers learned to rain, before the stars were set in fire, there lived a holy wild desire. A breath, a spark, a voice inside the endless dark. Not built from fear, not born from shame, but called to carry sacred flame. Through ashes, I've walked through doubt, I've heard the voice count me out, but every scar upon my skin became a place where light got in, and every road I thought was sing, so I will love through everything until the final curtain falls and I return to where creation calls. My brain's a sponge, soaking up the room. Every smile, every shadow, every flower, every wound. Through crowds like open wire, catching sparks that feed the fire. Conversations passing trains, strangers dancing in my brain. Every movie, every song, every place where I belong. Every heartbreak, every friend, every loss that helped me mend. I absorb it, I become it, then I build a world from it. Because my mind was never built to shut things out. It was built to figure out what stays and what goes, what heals and what corrodes. My brain's a sponge, I soak it in. The dark, the light, the loss, the win. Every lesson, every face, every soul I ever embrace. My brain's a sponge, but I choose love. I choose what lifts, I rise above. I take it in and turn it into art and send it back straight from the heart. Some people bring poison,
some people bring peace,
some people drain you,
some set you free.
so I learn discernment.
I learned the game
Not every voice,
deserves my fate,
not every crowd,
deserves my ear,
not every teacher,
belongs in here.
because what I feed
Eventually grows,
and what I water.
eventually shows.
So if you feel me,
Come walk with me,
into a world where art sets people free,
where compassion's cool,
where empathy's strength,
where love still goes
the longest lane.
My brain's a sponge,
I soak it in,
the dark, the light,
the loss, the win.
every lesson,
Every face, every soul I ever embrace.
my brain's a sponge,
But I choose love,
I choose what lives,
I rise above.
I take it in and turn it into art
And send it back, straight from the heart.
And when this music hits your soul,
Maybe healing
was the goal.
maybe all this pain, all this time was just source.
Rewriting rhymes.
Sponge, sponge,
it back, straight from the heart.
Like open wire, catching sparks that feed the fire. Conversations, passing trains, strangers dancing in my brain. Every movie, every song, every place where I belong. Every heartbreak, every friend, every loss that helped me mend. I absorb it, I become it, then I build a world from it. Because my mind was never built to shut things out. It was built to figure out what stays and what goes, what heals and what corrodes. My brain's a sponge, I soak it in. The dark, the light, the lost, the win. Every lesson, every face, every soul I ever embrace. My brain's a sponge, but I choose love. I choose what lifts. I rise above. I take it in, then turn it into art and send it back, straight from the heart. Some people bring poison, some people bring peace. Some people drain you, some set you free. So I learned discernment, I learned the gate. Not every voice deserves my fate. Not every crowd deserves my ear. Not every teacher belongs in here. Because what I feed eventually grows, and what I water eventually shows. So if you feel me, come walk with me into a world where art sets people free, where compassion's cool, where empathy's strength,